Hello everyone and welcome back to Daily English Talk. I am Cindy, and I have to say, spring has officially arrived and I am feeling it. The light is different, the air smells different, and for the first time in months, I actually wanted to go for a run this morning. I didn't, but I wanted to.
And I am Dan. As a 5 a.m. walker, I have been watching spring happen in slow motion for the past few weeks, one flower at a time. First the crocuses, then the daffodils, and now the cherry blossoms are starting to open. It is genuinely one of the most beautiful times of year to be outside before the city wakes up.
That does sound lovely. Meanwhile, I was watching it through my apartment window with a cup of coffee, which is also beautiful, just in a different way.
Both valid. Now, today's topic. We are talking about Easter, one of the biggest spring celebrations in America. Whether you celebrate it for religious reasons, for family traditions, or honestly just for the chocolate, Easter is everywhere in the US this time of year.
And if you are planning to visit America, or you are living there and want to understand the culture around you, this episode is going to walk you through everything. The symbols, the food, the traditions, and some vocabulary you'll actually hear and use.
If you are brand new to our show, welcome. I am Dan, a French restaurant chef who wakes up before sunrise, thinks about food constantly, and unwinds by playing guitar in a rock band. And my co-host, Cindy, is a marketing specialist, a mystery novelist, and the devoted owner of a cat named Luna who, by all reports, runs the household.
Luna does not run the household. She simply has very strong opinions about when I should be awake. Before we start, please subscribe and hit the like button if you are enjoying the show. It helps us reach more learners, and it genuinely means a lot to us. All right, Dan, let's talk about Easter.
Cindy, let's start at the very beginning. If I say the word Easter to an American child, what images immediately come to mind?
3 things immediately: the Easter bunny, colored eggs, and chocolate. In that order.
Let's start with the Easter bunny. What exactly is the story?
So, in American tradition, similar to how Santa Claus comes on Christmas Eve, children are told that a magical rabbit visits on the night before Easter Sunday. This rabbit, the Easter bunny, delivers baskets filled with candy, small toys, and decorated eggs. Kids wake up on Easter morning and find their basket waiting for them.
As someone who grew up in France, where Easter is celebrated quite differently, I find the Easter bunny charming, but also very mysterious. A rabbit who delivers eggs that no rabbit has ever actually laid.
Yes, if you try to apply logic to it, it falls apart immediately. But the imagery comes from older European spring traditions, where rabbits symbolized fertility and new life. They reproduce quickly, spring arrives, everything is being born again. And eggs, of course, are one of the oldest symbols of new life and rebirth across many cultures.
So the bunny and the eggs both represent the same idea, just from different directions.
Exactly. And together, they became this wonderfully whimsical American tradition.
Now, what about decorating eggs? Tell me about that, because as a chef, I am very interested in what people do with eggs that doesn't involve eating them immediately.
So, one of the most beloved Easter activities, especially for families with children, is dyeing eggs, which means coloring them. You hard-boil the eggs first, and then you dip them into cups of brightly colored dye: hot pink, sky blue, sunshine yellow, deep purple. You can add patterns with stickers, rubber bands, or wax crayons. The results are these gorgeous jewel-colored eggs that honestly look like tiny works of art.
Do people eat them afterward?
They can. Hard-boiled eggs keep for about a week, but many people use plastic eggs instead. Hollow plastic shells that you can fill with candy or small treats, hide around the garden, and collect without any food waste.
Which brings us to the Easter egg hunt.
The Easter egg hunt. This is probably my favorite Easter tradition, and it is exactly as fun as it sounds. Parents hide eggs all over the backyard, or a park, or even inside the house if the weather is bad. Then the children are released all at once with little baskets, and they run around searching for every single one they can find. It is adorable, it is chaotic, and it is absolutely competitive.
Even among the children?
Especially among the children. I have seen a 4-year-old celebrate finding an egg with the energy of someone who just won a championship. It's beautiful.
All right, let's move to my domain, the food. Easter Sunday is genuinely one of the busiest and most special days of the year for restaurants like mine. People want to celebrate with family. They want a beautiful meal, and they want to feel like the season has truly arrived.
What does a traditional American Easter table look like?
The centerpiece is almost always either a roasted leg of lamb or a honey-glazed ham. Both are classic. Lamb has a long symbolic connection to Easter in Christian tradition, and it's also just a perfect spring meat. Delicate, flavorful, best with fresh herbs. At my restaurant, we do a French-style roasted lamb with rosemary, garlic, and a Dijon mustard crust.
That sounds incredible. I am more of a honey-glazed ham person myself. That combination of sweet and savory is irresistible.
The ham is a wonderful tradition, too. The glaze, that shiny caramelized coating, is usually made with honey, brown sugar, sometimes a little mustard or pineapple juice. It creates this beautiful lacquered surface that's sweet and a little sticky and deeply satisfying.
What about sides? Because in America, the sides are arguably as important as the main.
100%. And spring is the most exciting time of year for vegetables, which makes Easter menus particularly beautiful. Asparagus is everywhere, roasted, grilled, served with hollandaise, spring peas, baby carrots, radishes, and because it's Easter brunch at many households, you'll often also see egg dishes, deviled eggs, quiches, egg casseroles. Everything comes back to the egg.
And then dessert. We have to talk about dessert.
Ah, dessert. So chocolate is absolutely central to Easter in America. Chocolate eggs, chocolate bunnies, chocolate everything. The most iconic Easter candy is probably the Cadbury creme egg, a chocolate shell filled with a sweet, thick fondant that mimics the look of a real egg yolk in white.
And then there are peeps, which are divisive.
Extremely divisive. Peeps are marshmallow candies shaped like baby chicks or bunnies, coated in brightly colored sugar. They're very sweet, very soft, and people have very strong feelings about them.
I love them. I know some people find them too sweet, but for me, one pink peep is the official taste of Easter. That said, I am supposed to be watching my diet, so this year, I am allowing myself exactly 2, and I am going to enjoy every single sugary bite.
As you should. There is something else about Easter and spring that I want to talk about, because I think it applies to all of our listeners, regardless of where you are from or whether you celebrate Easter.
The idea of a fresh start.
Exactly. Spring carries this energy of renewal. Things that were dormant and quiet all winter are suddenly alive again, and many people, whether consciously or not, feel that same urge to begin again, to reset, to clear out the old and make space for something new.
In practical terms, this shows up as spring cleaning, the tradition of doing a deep, thorough clean of your home at the start of spring. Washing curtains, clearing out closets, reorganizing spaces that have gotten cluttered over the winter months. Here is a real psychological benefit to it. When your physical space feels clear and fresh, your mind often follows.
My apartment desperately needs this. I have cooking notes and guitar chord sheets absolutely everywhere.
Mine has marketing briefs and novel drafts covering every flat surface. Luna has claimed the one clean corner of my desk as her personal napping spot, so that's hers now. But the rest, yes, spring cleaning is happening this weekend.
In the kitchen, spring means something similar for me professionally. I reinvent the menu. The winter menu at my restaurant is rich and warming. Hearty braises, root vegetables, cream-based sauces. And then spring arrives and everything shifts. Lighter proteins, brighter flavors, fresh herbs, vegetables you haven't seen in months. It's one of my favorite moments in the culinary calendar.
And for our listeners who are on an English learning journey, I want to offer the same invitation. If winter felt slow, if your motivation dipped in the cold and dark months, let spring be your reset. Not a dramatic overhaul, just one small, fresh step. One new episode, one new phrase you practice out loud. Spring energy is real, and you can borrow it for your studies.
Consistency over intensity. Small steps every day, and trust the process.
That is a full basket of English for today. Easter symbols, holiday food, spring energy, and 12 vocabulary words you can start using right now.
Remember, spring is not just a season, it's a mindset. Things grow slowly, then all at once. Your English is the same. Trust the process.
Stay curious, stay consistent, and enjoy the sunshine wherever you are in the world.
Happy spring, everyone.
See you in the next episode.